Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about data analysis with R programming, that is the second last course of Google Data Analytics certification. And today we are going to talk about module week 5 course challenge, that is a final course challenge of this course. So I'll proceed with the answers now. So the first seven questions are going to be based on scenario 1. So the first question is like, as part of data science team at Gourmet Analytics, you use data analytics to advise companies in the food industry. You clean, organize, and visualize data to arrive at insights that will benefit your clients. As a member of collaborative team, sharing your analysis with others is an important part of your job. Your current client is chocolate and tea, and up and coming chains of cafe. So there are some infos here, you can look into it. The first question is like, you create a short document about the benefits of using R for the project and share the document with your team. You write that the benefit includes R's ability to quickly process lots of data and easily reproduce the share of an analysis. What is the another benefit of using R for the project? So with R we can surely access a huge amount of data and process it accordingly, and we can have a create a high visualization just like in Python we can do. So that is the correct option, that we can create high quality visualization. So second, before you begin working for your data, you need to import it and save it as a data frame. To get started, you open the R Studio and you use tidyverse library. Then for the question is like, you use the read CSV functions to import the data from the .csv file. Assume that the name of the file frame is bars underscore df and the .csv file is in the working directory. What code chunks lets you create the data frame? So bars df, this is going to be the name that we are going to use, and read csv is the method that we will be using, and this is the file name that is going to be, just we are going to give it here, and all the values for this csv is going to be assigned to bars dot underscore df, and by this method you can assign the variable all the values of this file to this, and now you can use the components of that csv file through that attribute. Third is, now that you have created a data frame, you want to find out more about how the data is organized. The data frame has hundreds of rows and lots of columns. So assume the name of your data frame is flowers underscore df. What code chunks let you review the column names in the data frame? So call names flowers underscore df is the correct answer. You can just look in do that, and you can get the column names, like what are the columns available in that data frame. Fourth one is, next you begin to clean your data. When you check out the column heading in your data, you notice that the first column is named company makers if known. For the sake of clarity and consistency, you decide to rename this column brand without a period at the end. So assume the first part of your code chunk is flavors underscore df. What code chunks do you add to change the column name? So we are going to use rename method here, and we are going to give the first name that we want to give and the name which is already there. So this is the name which is already there. So we'll just be putting a equal sign in between, and the first name is going to be the new name and the second one is going to be the old name that we have. So by this method, you can rename the column. Fifth one, after previewing and cleaning your data, you determine what variables are most relevant to your analysis. What main focus is on your main focus is on rating. Cocoa dot percent company dot location. You decide to use the select method to create a new data frame with only these three variables. So we have trimmed with the data frame name that we have, and it is going to consist of only these three columns. So now what we are going to do is like a select rating, cocoa percentage, company location on your to select the first three variables, and we are going to assign these. So just a moment. As you can see, what company locations appear in the row one of your table. So as you can see, the location is France, and this is the explanation over here. You can look into it if you want to have more clarity on it. Sixth one is now you next you select basic statics that help your team better understand the rating system in your data. Trimmed flavor DF summarize max rating. What is the maximum rating? So just a moment, we are going to run it. So the answer is 5. As you can see, the when you are going to run the code here, you will get the maximum rating that is as 5. So you can look for the explanation over here and you can have a better understanding again. Seventh one is after completing your analysis of your rating system, you determine that any rating greater than or equal to 3.75 can be considered as high rating. You also know that chocolate and tea consider a bar to be super dark. Chocolate, if the bar's cocoa percent is greater than or equal to 80%, you decide to create a new data frame to find out which chocolate bars meet these two conditions. So best trimmed flavors underscore df. This will consist you want to apply the filter functions to the variable of this percentage, and you want to have at least 80% of the cocoa and have a rating of at least 3.75. So these two are going to be the filters that we have to use. So how many rows of the rating we want as 3.75. So just a moment, we are going to run it. So how many rows does your table include? So our table includes 8 rows, as you can see in the execution part also. For better understanding, again, you can look into the explanation over here, and you will have a better idea of it, how it is working. Eighth one, now that you have cleaned and organized your data, you are ready to create some useful data visualizations. Your team assigns you the task of creating a series of visualization based on the request from the chocolate and tea management team. You decide to use ggplot2 to create your visuals. So we have the variables here. We are just going to visualize here. And how many bars does your bar chart display? So we have currently 5 states as Amsterdam, Canada, France, Scotland, and USA. So these are the correct answers. Fifth is the correct answer. And geobar is like we are going to have a bar chart, and you can look for the details here, and you should try it once from your end as well to have a better understanding of it. Ninth one is like your bar chart reveals that the location that produce the highest rated chocolate bars. To get a better idea of the specific rating for each location, you'd like to highlight each bar. So and this is the predetermined code, and you have to add the code here. Then again, just a moment, you'll I think there is a error here. So I got the wrong answer here, but the correct answer is Canada and France. So you can map Canada and France and you will get the marks for that. And after that you will have a explanation about how actually the code is going to work. So I got this wrong actually. So you can try it on your own with Canada and France as the correct answer. 10th one is a teammate creates a new plot based on the chocolate bar data. A teammate asks you to make some revision to their code. So what chunk do you add to the third line to create a wrap around facet of the variable company? So facet wrap is one of the methods that we use for wrapping things, and this is going to be the correct answers. So facet wrap within method we are going to use company variable with a tilde signature. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. 11th is your team has created some basic visualization to explore different aspects of chocolate bar data. You have volunteered to add title to their plots. To you begin with a scatter plot. Assume the first part of your code chunk is JZ plot data equal to trimmed flavors TF. Geom point mapping equal to AES. And what code chunk do you add to the third line to add title suggested chocolate to your plot? So we can have labs and title equal to suggested chocolate. So labs is going to add some very adds a title to the plot, and the name as title we are going to give a variable as suggested chocolate. So where whatever name we provide here, that is going to be the title. Next one is like we have a chunk of code, and we the question is like what chunk of code do you want to add to the third line to save your plot as JPG image file? That we have already done in previous exercise. So GG save, which is going to save the output as a JPG file. Whatever name you provide, the name will be there in the format of JPEG. If you want it in PNG, you can just keep PNG and it will be there as a PNG image. 13 one is like as a final step of the analysis process, you create a report to document and share your work. Before you share your work with the management team at Chocolate and Tea, you are going to meet with your team and get the feedback. Your team wants to document to include all your code and display all the visualization. So you want to record and share every step of your analysis. Let teammates run your code and display your visualization. You decide to create a markdown in R markdown document that is going to whenever like it is going to be in an environment of R, you can just run that code and you will get the visualization, and every chunk of code will execute according to the order, and you will get the proper analysis report in a documented form. So these are the things that are there in R. Basically, these are the basic things only. You can have a better idea when you are going to work with R programming language. It is quite good to have a knowledge in R, and I think we should have a little bit knowledge that will be helpful in our analytics career. So I hope that you have liked the video, and if you have liked the video, please do subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading more videos on Google Data Analytics and IBM Data Science very soon. Thank you.